Welcome back to the Pineal Room. I'm your urban eco master. Yes. Hey! Let me give you a history today. So today, I want to talk about the saber tree. Yes, the saber tree. You heard about the saber tree before? I know most of you don't hear that name, but I'm going to zoom it up now. Have you ever heard about the silk cotton tree? You heard about the cottonwood tree? Yes, that's the saber tree, cotton tree. Now, I know most Americans think that the cotton tree is a little shrub. You know what I mean? That grows up to about 4 feet tall, 5 feet, 6 feet max. Well, that's a genetically modified form of the cotton tree, the real cotton tree, the saber cotton tree. Alright? The saber cotton tree is a powerful tree. In fact, the system is so dangerous and cruel and disrespectful. So guess what they did? The saber cotton tree, which held so much of our spiritual knowledge, the beast turned our attention from our spiritual connection with the cotton tree and genetically modified the cotton tree into shrubs and cultivate it on a mass scale, monocropping that is, on a mass scale, and put our Africans there to plant it, harvest it, weigh it, and pass it on to the next stage. And they would beat them to sickness and death if they did not harvest at least 200 pounds of the cotton per day. But let me tell you this, Americans. That little shrub is a genetically modified plant of the original tree. The original tree is so large. In fact, the original tree, saber cotton tree, is the largest tree in Jamaica. Grows up to 100 and 190 feet tall. It is the largest tree in the forest, and as a result, it is prized as the tree of the forest. Now, this tree has a huge canopy, and we tend to use it for shading purposes. But culturally and traditionally speaking, that was the tree that the Tainos and our ancestors would amalgamate around. They would come together in ceremony at that tree, carrying out various ritual and spiritual practices. Right? In fact, they used to even carry out the 9-night ceremonies under the cotton tree. 9 days under the cotton tree to keep the spirit or the duppy in the grave upon burial. You see? There is so much knowledge, information and data that are locked into the cotton tree. And this is why, even in Jamaica, the minds of the people have been, twisted to hate the cotton tree. So every time we see the cotton tree, we talk about duppies under the cotton tree. Well, the tree holds spirit up until this day. It is a tree that holds spirit. And this is why 9 nights used to be carried out there. From the grave, or you will be in the cotton tree. And this was one of the reasons why we never want to plant a cotton tree close to the house. Because we don't want that heat to pass on to the house. But the tree holds a lot of spiritual significance. And I want people to reconnect their DNA to the tree in order to unleash some of the knowledge and spiritual know-how during this time. The tree is a powerful tree. The tree was in fact used by the Tainos to make canoe boats. One which Christopher Columbus saw and was very jealous of. Stole even that idea as well. Saw the cotton, beautiful cotton, fruit that produced, stole the idea as well. We used to even eat the cotton seeds. Eat the cotton nectar, what we call honey. You see? It provides shade. We use it to make canoe. We use it as a food source. Spiritually speaking, we use it to reconnect with our ancestors in the spiritual realm. We use it to help the ghost to make its transition. But in America, this history is lost. In Jamaica, this history is fading. But what we have in mind is that photograph of the African Americans bending down in cotton fields, picking cotton in hot sun. That's GMO cotton. Came in the 1850s. Yes. And by 1995, they genetically modified it again to call it the BT cotton. Trust me, even your clothes is sickening and poisoning you. So be careful, yeah? Them terrible out there. Reconnect back to your history. Walk barefoot around the cotton tree. Run round it. And watch your dream. Talk to me next.